This is the special call meeting, June 30, 2016. Quorum is present. First item on the agenda is payment of the bills. Any motion, questions on the bills? Is there a motion to pay the bill? Is there a second? Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next is appropriation transfer. Where's that one?
The appropriation transfers is just within the fund line items to keep everything in balance.
Make a motion that we accept the recommendation of transfer funds by the treasurer. Is there a second? Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion?
These transfers and things from where we have expense line items where we didn't spend it, and you're transferring it into funds where we did.
That's right.
Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Please indicate on the agenda that the county attorney is present. Make a motion to approve the second reading and approval of FY 2017 budget. Is there a second? Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a few things questions I'd like to ask. As far as the revenues that we have in our funds, especially with occupational taxes and those kind of things, do we have a lot of confidence in the numbers we have in the budget?
Yes, actually, on my receipt side, I take it to the lower side. I would rather be under than over.
What about on our carry forward amount? I mean, today's 6:30, so we should have a good feeling of where that is.
I do, and I didn't bring it with me, but it falls all within the budget the carryover amounts.
All right, and you and I discussed this on the phone, but the salaries in the road fund decreased by $75,000. There's no positions being lost. Is that correct?
The only positions that was lost was people that chose to leave.
So the budget's been reduced, and we won't be filling those, or if we have vacancies, they're not filling?
I'm gonna say that's not for me.
We don't have a set number of employees. We have some vacancies and that we may or may not fill depending upon, after I talk to the road foreman, what we need. We're trying to do, actually there's less work to do due to the questions raised by the Hayden Brian Arnett, his legal questions, and John Montgomery. We no longer need to do cemetery roads when people die. That eliminates some need.
Okay.
I don't know when this is all over, if they'll be able to return to doing that or not. If we don't return to doing it, it won't be done in the future. If I have to file a personal suit to stop it.
As far as
do it my term, we're not going to do it the next one.
As far as the piping that's budgeted, we're budgeting $60,000. Are we going to be bidding out piping this year?
Actually, we don't bid it, and I did verify to make sure that what I'm telling you is correct with DLG. As long as we use state contract pricing, I do not have to bid it, or it's not required to bid
Right,
it.
well, that is true. So the vendors we're using are on a state price contract list.
Yes.
We bid them 1 year, and actually, it didn't help us. It came in higher than a lot of people. It was like the fuel and stuff like that. Nobody was bidding on them. So some of the things I found through experience that you probably better just take state contract price. That's one of them. But I like to bid out like the blacktop when we did those because we usually got a better deal than state price. So it's just been my experience that you're better off in that some of those items go with the state price, and that's one of the items.
Okay, what about in the retirement? Because I know the match has went up from 17.06 to 18.68. We got all those covered.
Yes, we do. That is something actually when DLG approves your budget that they verify also. But yes, it's covered.
I think the things they want, there are certain things they have to have in the budget. That's one of them. One of them is based at the judge's salary. They won't accept other than what lower or higher than what they mandate, and any of the offices of which they have the responsibility of setting, they won't accept your budget if it doesn't do that.
The revenues in the county road aid fund, now that is the gas tax, is that right?
Yes. the
And
county road
we've
aid.
got it, we're budgeting for, anticipating getting 13,000 more.
That's the figure the state
They
gives me,
send that
that
to us?
figure.
Okay,
They said-
that's what I needed.
Yeah, I noticed it was more. I found that to be a little odd, but I think it has something to do with some kind of the variance in the gas tax that we're paying when we go to the pump.
Yep.
Is that something to do with that?
Better reduction.
It's to make up
So-
for a loss of like, to try to help in the loss of the coal severance tax. A little, believe me, it doesn't cover it, but it does, maybe help a little. It's,
It also helps depending on the amount of traffic, doesn't it?
yeah,
And,
yeah. Oh,
we-
I guess that's how it went up.
If you look at the anticipated, and I don't know that they've done it, recalculated that based on the change in the coal market, but it was calculated that there'd be 18,000 vehicles a day that would come through McLaughlin County, and was supposed to go up in 20 years to 24,000 when they initially did the road. That's one of the big reasons I didn't want us bypass 18,000 vehicles. It's a lot of opportunity to sell gas and stuff.
All right, so we still don't have any additional help in the budget for the jacker, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, no.
We're still subsidizing the sheriff substantially. Well, we've operated on this budget the past year, and I didn't like it then, I don't like it now, and I still don't like this year's budget, but not much I can do about it. So hopefully, as things change, things will get better, and we get some help for a jailer. He's one man trying to do too much.
Of course,
I
in the
doubt
budget,
things will change because you and I never communicate outside fiscal court.
That
That's
is
why I
true.
don't know what your concerns are, and I have no intention of asking you if you don't come talk to me.
the fiscal
And
court.
while we're on that subject, you can text anybody you want to, about anything you want to. If you want a response, you better communicate with me. I'm the judge. So all the things you text to other people, it's good finger exercise. Any other comments?
Do we have any, in the future, help for our county employees, maybe raise later sometime?
You
we
want
try
to raise taxes? Well, you can't invent money. The state, we don't print money, the state's not gonna give us more. So if you're interested in raises for the county employees, you'll have to propose a tax. I don't know if me and you can get Rooster and Matt to go along with it.
May I comment just on that, just to interject to let the community know? We're one of the very few counties, I don't know if there's any others, but we still fully pay for our employees' health insurance. And that is, that varies from year to year. And with the new Obamacare, those premiums have gone up substantially. So I realize that they're not getting the raise, on the hour, but we have what the insurance world likes to call a Cadillac, a Cadillac insurance, because we still have a very low deductible, and it pays good. So I feel like one of the fringe benefits that you're giving them, sort of it makes a difference for a raise.
And we simply, Matt's the guy that knows the figures better than me, balance and stuff. But we have to have revenue to do the expenditures. And I know no other way to get revenue. I'm not proposing that. I didn't say I was for or against, I just said, facts are, we can't spend more than we take in. Any other questions? Call for roll call, please.
Judge Harden,
Aye.
Gary Reisner, Pernell Master.
Aye.
Matthew Wyman.
Aye.
Motion passed. Next item on the agenda is for Jenkins Construction painting the old bank building for $2,500. I believe we agreed to pay half of it and the city pay half. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Make a motion that we take care of that item. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion been made second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. What is the item for the KOHS? KOHS?
What you have before you judges is a resolution for the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security for the application for both sirens at South Algonquin Volunteer Fire Department and the Middle Fork Fire Department.
Where is that item?
Should be,
You got that? Do I have to read this thing or just the title?
Just the title.
A resolution of the County of McGoffin, Kentucky authorizing the judge executive to make application for and upon approval to enter into agreement with the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security to execute any documents which deemed necessary by KOHS to facilitate and administer the project and to act as the authorized correspondent for the project. This resolution also established procurement policy for any KOHS approved projects for the FY 2016 application cycle. Make that in form of a motion. Is there a second? Second. Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next item is the county aid cooperative agreement entered into as the date, the signature below of the Secretary of Transportation is made by and between the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Rural Municipal Aid, the Department, and the McGoffin County Fiscal Court for the amount of $975,449.92. And it essentially says that we will only spend the money on correct things, the road aid, and that we will not discriminate, and we will follow all the rules and regulations. It's what we've entered into every year. I make that in the form of a motion. Is there a second? Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. I make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Motion been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. We adjourn. Thank you for your attention.